Hello, this is Deep Rock Galactic, developed by Danish studio Ghost Ship Games and was published by Coffee Stain Publishing, with full release taking place on 13th of May 2020 for Windows and Xbox One, followed by PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 in January 4th, 2022. And lastly, it arrived on Xbox Series S and X at 9th of September 2023. DRG is running on Unreal Engine 4 and is mainly multiplayer, with an option to play solo with Bosco Bot as a helper, where you are a dwarf that will be mining, depositing, shooting, trying to survive and dealing with multitude of different tasks. Oh, and don't forget drinking. Locations are procedurally generated with variety of enemies like smaller or bigger spider-like creatures called glyphids, flying Macterabugs, rival tech like patrol bots or shredders, or even stationary threats like stabber vines. Of course, there are many more creatures varying in size, resilience and overall threat level, but any of these in great numbers will be enough to bring you down on your knees. It is worth to mention that the game will also throw at you different, or rather mutated versions of common hostiles, just like Ebonite glyphids or rockpox infected creatures. There are 4 classes in total, and these are Driller, which is responsible for effective usage of reinforced power drills to speed up drilling through hard rock leading to critical locations. His starting primary weapon being the CRSPR, or CRISPR if you will, flamethrower, secondary being Subata 120 pistol, satchel charge, and his throwable being the impact axe. Then there is the engineer. He not only can place and build turrets that will be aiding your resistance during swarms, he's also capable of placing platforms that can be used to reach tough to access locations. His starting weaponry consists of Warthog Auto 210 shotgun, Deep Core 40mm PGL grenade launcher, and the Lure, laser utility refraction emitter, being a projector that lures hostiles towards it with its holograms of a dancing dwarf. Talking about dwarf ingenuity, my personal favorite comes next. Gunner, who supposedly should be the forefront of all battles taking place under the surface of wherever your team landed. His starting equipment consists of Leadstorm powered minigun, Bulldog heavy revolver, and the zipline launcher that can be utilized to create permanent pathways to be used by the entire team. And as for throwables, he starts with a sticky grenade. Last but not least, the Scout. He's supposed to place specialized flares that provide light to greater area than throwable flares, and he's the owner of a grappling hook that allows him for quick relocation to difficult to reach areas. His starting inventory consists of Deep Core GK2 assault rifle, jury-rigged boomstick, and 2 aforementioned items, grappling hook and flare gun. For the throwables, he starts with inhibitor field generator that creates a small field within which bugs will be slowed down and take increased damage. For each one of these classes, there are more weapons and accessories to choose from. However, you would need to unlock them first by completing assignments. Some of them will be related to your dwarf's loadout, while the other ones will grant either beer ingredients, huge cash rewards, crafting minerals, or straight up promotion of your dwarf. That is, if you have reached the required level. And of course, you can upgrade most of your stuff so that it does its job in the most efficient manner. Oh, wait, did somebody say beer ingredients? Yes, that's right. One of the best features I have found so far relates to dwarves and their favorite activity, which is getting hammered with all sorts of alcoholic beverage. You can upgrade your so-called beer license that allows you to request either a special drink that boosts your abilities for the next expedition, just like this Rocky Mountain beer, which increases your pickaxe efficiency. Well, let's just agree that you get drunk and just hit harder. Special drink. Right, back to the beer license. Or you can also choose to simply get a stronger mug of booze that can knock you out of your boots. Literally. Your main goal would be of course mining, be it the resources required to complete your mission like Morkite, red mineral called Nitra that will allow you to call in supply pods, or maybe something more exotic like Croppa, Bismor or Phasianite, among multiple others that will be used to improve your equipment. Don't be fooled if you think this title is all about mining. Apart from trying to get to the end of your mission and get into the escape pod, you'll be tasked to either retrieve something valuable like Apocablooms, escort a drill dozer, eradicate fester fleas, extract liquid morkite, or simply deal with humongous glyphid dreadnoughts or massive rival tech. All of these already difficult tasks, well, maybe not so much on lower threat levels, can be ramped up to level 4 Extreme Hazard or level 5 Lethal Hazard, and that would not only make your life much more troublesome as a miner, but will also deliver much greater rewards upon completion. There are also Deep Dives and the Forge. Former will allow you to embark on longer quests with 3 back-to-back missions. Latter will allow you to craft weapon and cosmetic overclocks. Among your basic equipment, you can find flares that are thrown into the darkness of underground tunnels to temporarily light up the area. You can carry a total of 4 of them on you, and they quite quickly, let's say, recharge, so you can keep moving on. Next basic tool, which will see a lot of use, is the pointer, which not only places a visible mark within the cave or tunnel so you can easily navigate to it, it can additionally turn your fellow dwarves' attention to something you want them to have a look at. It can also be used to determine if what you are seeing is an actual mineral or harvestable, or if you are just still tripping after your last pre-mission beer. Supply pods can be called after accumulating a total of 80 nitra and allows for 4 resupplies. Technically, it should be used by each dwarf only once, but realistically, some dwarves are selfish and some may not need it. It restores 50% of spent ammunition, grenades, and others alike. It also recovers a chunk of your health, so that's always a bonus. Mule or Molly / donkey / tin can, as commonly called, is a 4-legged robot that can crawl on any surface in any orientation and can be called at any time as long as it has been taken with you to embark on the current mission, to allow you to drop all that you have gathered so it can free up space for more resources to be gathered or add towards mission objectives. There is also terrain scanner that will act as your way to find where you are located within the current cave system, as well as it displays where points of interest are, mainly mission objectives, so that it's easier for you to move where you actually have to. That is at least a theory, as dwarves get lost more often than not. Less of a basic equipment and more of a basic duty of a dwarf would be to build pipelines, which is common during liquid morkite extraction missions, and it's used to connect pumping jacks on top of the pockets with morkite all the way down to the refinery. Best thing about pipelines is that you can so-called grind on them, however it sounds, and this would let you to quickly relocate anywhere along the pipes. Reviving your teammates will be also counted as basic duty, as it will be happening a lot. You will be revived multiple times as well within your career, so get ready to be on both sides of this operation. I would just like to know what sort of alcohol is in them flasks used to revive your team members. Powerade Stout or something, I don't know. Dealing with the swarm is a daily basis, or rather minute by minute task, as it either appears randomly or gets triggered by doing something that bugs really disliked. Maybe something like refinery making ground tremor or stealing an alien egg. That for sure will trigger a swarm that may or may not be dealt with. Sandstorms and blizzards can sometimes occur, and they are good at making your task even more cumbersome than it already is. Mainly because of the lowered visibility, which, combined with hostile bugs, can have a deadly outcome. Sometimes during missions you will be able to find jet boots that are definitely worth equipping. Unfortunately, these get taken away from your dwarf when you find yourself back on the space rig. You can also find lost packs that can bear either unique skin for your Bosco drone, one of multiple armor paint jobs, or pickaxe customization items, so it is worth to keep your eyes open. Lastly, when you fulfill your mission objectives, you can request the escape pod mostly through Molly, and if you manage to get into it, this then waits either for your whole team to get on board, or for the timer to run out and it extracts you back to the space rig, where you can do it all once again. Cheers folks, keep digging and doing what dwarves do best. Drink some more!